Hello everyone, welcome back to the Nerdy Quail. It has been a while. Just to get down right to it, unfortunately my previous save game of Space Engineers disappeared once I built my new computer, because apparently Steam disabled cloud saving for the game and I didn't know that. So we're going to be starting a new Space Engineers game, but with a slightly different focus, and we're going to do the crashed red ship start instead of the station. Now, I do enjoy building the stations, but I'm going to try something different, and we're going to pretty much get right down to building a giant ship. There's a lot more new settings and all that, so I'm going to be trying out a couple of these. And here we go. Alright, we are on our crashed red ship, which should give us a few things to start out with. And asteroid that we crashed into. Okay, so that's the asteroid that we crashed into. And this is the first time. Yeah. Let me just get rid of this. Blah blah blah. The good bot got re-enabled as well. Alright. That's a good amount of iron. What else do we got over here? Some gold, uranium. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, let's see what we can do. Oh. Come on. Alright. What do we have here? Oh, we got a control station up here. Okay, we got our medical room. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look in here. Okay. Alright, so we do have air vents. One assembler and a collector connector. Okay. Film. There we go. Assembler's got nothing. Okay, we do start off with some stuff. We start off with actually 2 large reactors with a good chunk of uranium. Do have an O2 and hydrogen generator, refinery that's decent. Alrighty. Nothing currently is on, but let's back up our ship. Alright. And I'm gonna just well, this is fun. Alright. It does float. We're gonna make a gravity generator, I think. I didn't check to see if we had one. That will be something we're going to need. Okay. And an airlock. Perhaps. Alright, this is the damage we got. Oh, yep, I'm gonna have to redo the colors and everything. So, we're gonna start by just preparing what we have. We're gonna need light plate. That's fine. Let us then connect to the ship. Okay, we do have a refinery. I saw that. Start turning those on. Okay, let's just get rid of all these good bot stuff. Alright, we are making some light armor steel plate or steel plates so that way we can start repairing this thing. Alright, that's looking better. Alright, let's see if any of those arm plates are done. Or steel plates. Looks like they are. We'll grab a few of those. Repair the one that's up here. Right. Let's see. Alrighty, looks like we're making some progress. So I probably will at some point repaint everything, and then I might not keep the actual design. But for now, we'll keep things how they are. Let's see, I think. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think this whole platform, we need some work on this side, but that side's fine. Okay. Good here. Good here. Let's get rid of this bump. That's the source of it. There we go. It's a little, need a little buffing. All right. Let's see here. Okay, we got that. Everything on the back here is fine, right? Most likely because it didn't get hit. However, we are missing all this, which we can't do because we're going to have to research it first by building a bunch of things, including things we already have, unfortunately. Okay, so otherwise we got a good little start going. The ship is usable. And speaking of being usable, we are gonna probably re-up on energy.
Energy low.
Yeah, I'm gonna wanna repair all of that. It's probably coming from here, actually, because we left that open. They did something with the mag boots, I think, because I don't remember them being that squirrely. Cool. We are going to go in here. Nice. Okay, so we can change things up here a little bit. Just seeing all the new different options. Okay. I think we're gonna stick with that one. Kind of just like the normal one. Alright, boots, those are fine. Okay, we're gonna just until we get a nice little dark blue there going. Alrighty. Now, one thing I noticed is that there's a new food gauge, and I'm not sure how that all works. But in the meantime, we're going to continue working on repairing everything. There we go. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll copy the color, we're going to bring that out to here. We're going to need to carry a few more things, which is fine. Go up here. Okay, I am carrying a lot, so I think I'm going to stick the rifle, the mags in there. That brings us a lot less weight, so we can carry a few more things. I think I might. Let's see just how. Do I need to carry the oxygen bottle? Oxygen bottle, yes. Hydrogen bottle, we're gonna drop off in there. production. We'll build a few more of those. We're also just going to get a couple of those going as well. I guess technically there was supposed to be black, but as I said, we'll just build it out. Let's see if... Nope, that wasn't it. Was it G? And don't remember how to change the color. Something I'll remember eventually. Alrighty, looking better. Okay, I think we got some damage down here. Took care of that. Alright, we just did a ton of welding, so probably need to re-up our energy. We're at 42. Yeah, we got all that damage there. I need to remember how to change color. Oh, got some damage here. Okay. That's all damage, and we're missing an engine. Alright, things are starting to look a little bit more like how it's supposed to. Let's start down here, actually. Alright, it's starting to look like a nice little proper ship. Not something that was smashed into the side of the asteroid. At least it looks like a proper back end of a ship. We'll take care of that part later. Okay, there's all that smashed. Okay, let's... Is everything here good? Looks like it. There we go. Let's see. I am definitely not remembering how to change colors. Meantime, let's see. Color is P. We're going to switch it to black really quick. Okay. Now we're going to switch it to white. And now we're going to switch it to gray. All right. Switch to chat really quick. Oh, yep, sorry. The chat wasn't loading up. I did remember how to repaint. Hello, Space Orc. How are you doing? Okay. Inventory. Grab me some of you. Alright, we got that mostly looking like how it's supposed to be. Now to come back up here. Start in the back, work our way up. Okay, that's connected, that's connected. And then we gotta mostly disassemble the assembler. We have a second assembler there, so that'll actually be good in the long haul. Hop over here, fix these walls up. There we go, and that one too. Okay, okay. Alright. Do know, I think that's just about everything on the center. Except for that spot there. Let's get that fixed. There. And use well. It looks like what we need on that side. I think just, they don't have anything on there. Leave you alone. We'll figure out the design work of that. Another point. Get some hammers. Buff out the dent. Alright. This whole front section needs a little work.
Energy low.
Okay, gonna need to head back. Starting definitely looking like it's not a pancake anymore. Alright, I just noticed that we're not getting any hydrogen from that. So that's... we're going to probably be dependent on those hydrogen bottles. Okay. Now. It's the refinery. I think there's still a few more things we could do over here. It's like not sure if lighting or if damage. Okay, that's all done. We do have 2 landing gear, which is good. That's all done. Okay, so. We are going to need need to figure out how to make these apparently. Probably need to find a planet. Okay, let's go to large blocks. We need light armor slope. And we are going to make it red. Okay. Why are you working? There we go. Alright, then it's just flat, flat, flat. It is the wrong red, so we're going to fix that to the more muted red. There we go. Might be the same thing over here. Oh, because there's that thing right there. Okay. So, we've got... what? We got you here. Hey, hold on. Need to fix all this. Okay, we're going to need... I have no idea what color. We're gonna stick with gray. It's same black. Black then. here. And we probably don't have any steel plate to do anything with. Nope. So we're going to go up here. Make sure we got all that good steel plate being made. We're actually almost out. Are we out of iron? Yeah, so change plans.
Inventory full.
Okay, let me stick this into the refinery. If I remember, you are right there. Enjoy. Doink. 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 Stick that in as well. I'll just use that for now.
Inventory full.
Need to figure out a way to maximize what the amount of space I have. It's not really conducive to being carrying less than 1K of iron. I know I can cheat and increase the the amount I can carry, but that'd be cheating. Alright, we'll carry that. Probably actually don't need to carry the armor block or the oxygen tank at the moment either. That can help maximize the amount we're carrying.
Inventory full.
Alright. A lot better, a lot better. Okay. I think there's like a normal random piece there.
Inventory full.
Alright. See, there's a few things I need to fix still. Get that in there. Start working on that piece here. There we go. We're going to go in and recharge before they start saying, you need to recharge. In addition, what we're actually going to do is we are going to turn off that air vent. One will save power, and two, we'll save any air that we're not actually using currently. I may go into the settings and disable food because I don't think I can get food currently. Grab you.
Inventory full.
Yeah. Dump it in here. And we're gonna go collect, if I can see any. You there, you there, you there, you there. It wants me to drill. Cool.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright. And we'll drop off. Oh, we'll carry about a nice good 100 blocks. Or plate. Nice, nice. Okay, that kind of fixes that spot. And what we'll do is get that muted red. Get that there, and then we'll get a triangle. Normal triangle, okay. Stick that right there. Weld this together. I see there's a damaged spot right there as well, so we'll get that done. Taken care of. Good. And that's done. Alright. That's what that side piece should look like. And here's more we can fix. Alright. So, main thing, this is what I was trying to remember. Okay, we got that there. Next, is there a projector? No. What was the... I can't remember the name of the thing that had the... you could bring in one of your saved ships in. That's fine. So what we're going to try is we've got a landing gear here. Because what we are going to need is we're going to need some sort of small ship to do some mining with. And we're going to turn that around that way. Alright, we just got to be careful around it. Alright, we're going to start by putting some weight on this. We'll make a little small base. Oh, we'll take care of that in a moment. Bring that there. Okay, we'd be very careful around that. Alright. Now, see. Cockpit. No, we do not have access to it, huh? Small block. What do we need? It's under utility. Nope. Structure. Nope. Not prototype. Propulsion. Production. Just there's a lot of new things in here. Are they considered a large block? No. Progression. Let's see here. Alright. I did build that. I need to finish building that. Okay, so I need some motor, some construction components, and some steel plate. Okay. I don't have any motors, do I? No. I have some things, but not that. Production. We are going to build 10 motors for now. And then we are going to need some construction components. We'll do 50 of those. We'll swap. What do we need? We need iron. We got the nickel. Okay. Let's go pick up some additional iron. Done. 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 And we'll just fill her up. Pick you up. Pick you up. And you up. And I think there's one more here. And that should help. Doink. At least to get some stuff going. Okay, full already. And yeah, that should be. We'll take 10 of those, and that should be enough to finish building this. Yep. Cool. So now that we got that done, we'll add some, continue these steel plates just to add some weight.
Energy low.
Ow. Good thing we got that on. Okay, run in, and thought I'd turn the air block off, but probably is. It's just residual. Alright, I'll just go here actually, and then pick. I don't need those, but I can drop these off. Alright, so essentially I had something that I always called the banana, which was my super basic mining ship. I actually do have it in the workshop. Lovingly dubbed the Banana Welder, and of course I had to hit this thing, so we're gonna try to stop it from moving. Come on, stop moving. Oh, now it's too much weight. And it's going to float until I finish them. Alright. Can I now do the cockpit? Yes, we can. This is... There we go. Okay, I'm fine with that if it stops moving. Get back to what we're doing. Small block. So we got a couple different options. We got the industrial cockpit, normal cockpit. We have like the fighter pilot one. Trying to see if I can put this on the edge here. Don't think I can. Put it on the middle though. Alright. That'll be our first thing. So what we got? We got two small connectors right there. And we're just gonna start. Yeah, our tool got removed. So let's put that back. Okay, and we're gonna need some construction components, and probably gonna need a few of you as well. A couple of you. Grab some of those. Okay. More construction components are needed. We don't need that anymore. 10 more of those. I wasn't paying attention what else we needed. Grab 10 of those just in case. Alright, we're at the needing displays, computers, and bulletproof glass. Which I don't think we can make any. We're gonna have 10 of those up. Make 50 of those. And I know we need like 60 of those. Which means we're gonna need more iron.
Inventory full.
Oh, because I had all these. Alright. Boink. Pick up as much of the stuff that we wasted. Get that.
Inventory full.
Back we go. Alright, this should get it to use. Yes. Alright, we'll drop off everything we don't need. Okay. Now, main things we are going to need is we're going to need to get a what do we need in here? We're going to need battery. So, what IPG? Small block. Battery. We don't have access to it yet, huh? Progress. Okay, what do we need? We need to build the basic assembler. We're just gonna get that loaded in there. And then if we look at a mining, ship tool. Oh, is there ship tools? Da, 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 da. Production. Well, it's a most likely type of thing. Yeah, definitely. Probably just need to make that first. I think here's all the parts. We built that. Okay, here's the guns, the cockpits, more guns, which we don't need. We need, not there. Production is under utility. Just non-armor blocks. Mining. Well, let's look up Welder. I'm not popping up with anything. Okay. We're gonna just quickly build this and disassemble it. We're gonna need a lot of steel plate, a lot of computers, construction components, and a bunch of motors. Everything that we need for other things. We'll just take 100 of those. Take the rest of that. And I'll take any display and motors. We're full. Okay. Dump. Okay. So we need 10 motors. Just need to build one, and then 70 more computers. Ow. You go back. Okay, we'll build
Energy low.
1, 2, 3. That's fine. We'll start with that wall. I'll go refill it. Okay. Back at it again. We will grab these, grab you, and we'll start with that and see what else we need. Because I actually don't remember. Okay, motors done. We'll need a bunch of computers, but we'll see if we can get this to functional. That's all we need to do is get it to functional. We need the computers. Okay, we're at 30 in there. We need 80, so 50 more computers. Alright, that's going to require some additional ingots of iron. There we go. that back. In you go. Grab a few others. Take you. And that. And you. And we might have room for you as well.
Inventory full.
In you go. Okay. Now, let's go see what our production's like. I'm gonna grab those computers. But yeah, here. Okay, by building that, we've got new blocks. Cool, we're now destroying this and putting everything we had back into our cargo. I'm keeping those though. That. Nice. Okay, now. So we've theoretically locked a bunch of things that we need, so definitely we got the battery now. Okay, so with the batteries there. Now, what do we got? We got a silicon and blah blah blah. We don't need any of those. Still don't think we have any of the tools that we need. Okay, let's... Not under control. That's where all the cockpits would be, huh? Control. And then... That's cool. Logistics. Okay, so we're gonna probably grab a medium cargo container as well, just to get things started. For power, we got the battery. We might be able to do with a small battery, actually. Now for production, none of those. Propulsion, prototech, structure, tools. That's what we needed, was tools. Okay, so we got the drill, grinder, and welder. Drill. Now, the drill's got a small thing on the side. Also right there. So, can we stick you... We're gonna have some fun with this. Okay, we're gonna make this probably a dual purpose, so we'll bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Cool. Now I want it. I do not want it sideways like that. I want it up and down, but we're not able to do that. What if we are... This is where we need to start planning things. Okay. So, what we're going to need to do is small conveyor, which we're going to need for progression. So conveyor. What do we need to build for the conveyor? A cargo terminal, cargo container. Okay, so we need to build a cargo container before we can do that. That's fair enough. That's basic assembler. Let's get the medium cargo container. This is going to go on the back. Let's see, we got that there, that there. Okay, what do we need? We need interior plate to build this, so we're gonna go grab some interior plate that we built earlier. Let's take the 5 that we need. Okay, and then we'll stick this in the back right here for now. Alright. I bumped it. What I really need to do is stick some thrusters on here so I can so I can park it. Okay, 50 more interior plate. Just gonna stick one here, one here, one at the top, one right there, and just one right here for now. Do I have... No, but that's fine. Okay. We need what to build you? Thruster components and large steel tubes. Thruster, thruster, thruster. Of course, we need things that we don't actually have. We can get the gold.
Energy low.
And we need that as well. Okay. Alrighty. Where are we? What are we even carried? 19 of those. Okay. Where did the ship go? Let's try to go as fast as possible. There. Okay. Alright, you. See if I can gently push. I like you can touch it and it goes flying, but you can't actually push it when you want to. Head that back that way. Alright, next. We need a little gold.
Inventory full.
Let's dump you in here, and also let's get rid of those construction components, I guess. We're gonna need more for sure, but okay, that's at least floating back our way for now. Gives us some time to go here.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Thank you. We're also going to need the battery as well. Small battery. We're gonna stick you in here for now. You're actually what we need to build. We're gonna need 2 power cells. If I can find where they are. Okay, what do you need? No, we don't have. A lot of stuff, actually. Okay, so we're gonna take you, we're gonna take the construction, 20 of the construction components. Where am I? There we are. 2, and hope it didn't fly off too far. Well, I think I lost it. There you are. Okay, let's work on pushing it back. Okay, you start. Come on. Let's see, probably some computers, I think it was. It said, we'll grab some of those, and hopefully we got 1 thruster component. Cool, we'll start with, there you are. Now we'll need a large steel tube for that. Grab another one of those. Okay. Start welding you in the direction that I want you to go. Alright, let's get you going. Alright. We need a gyro, I believe. Let's take that right there. Character tools, welder, please. Here we need 2 motors and a steel tube. Let's start pushing you back where we need you to go. Okay, that should help. Grab some steel tubes and hopefully another thruster of some sort. Component, hopefully. Okay, we got you. Well, let's carry as many of these tubes as we can. And that should at least turn on the gyro, which then should make it stop spinning. Oh, we need 2 motors. There we go. So now it's stopped spinning. Cool. Alright, now we got one front thruster, one back thruster. Okay. Now, theoretically, we have enough to land this thing. Not completely what we needed. Okay. Because we can't do... We don't have all directions. And we're getting hooked on something. Okay. Come on. Oh, that's because... Okay. Alright. Cool. It is parked. And we are going to turn off everything that we do not need. So we do not need the gyroscope. And we do not need these for now. But we are no longer going to lose it. I am going to be right back in a sec. Alright, I'm back. And hopefully that will make it a bit easier for all of you to see. Alright, so, for basic design-wise, I know I needed to build those thrusters to get me over here and parked. So, I don't mind having the battery there, and I don't mind having the gyro there. So we're going to keep those there, and we're actually are going to drop off everything we don't need for now into the cargo container. There we go. There we go. You. And we're going to disassemble everything we don't need. And we're going to need to refill actually our O2. And in the meantime, start walking up the wall. Okay, in the meantime, we are also going to grab one of the hydrogen bottles, just in case. Okay, we got rid of the front thruster. We're gonna get rid of this one here. Get rid of this one here. That one might be okay. We're gonna keep it there for now. We are gonna get rid of this one. Stripping it all down to what we basically need and want. Okay, so we need interior plate, display, and all that. So we are going to return all the thruster components here. We'll return those. The steel plate. Those. We're going to grab about 30 of those. Grab all the displays we have, and we're going to start with that. I thought I grabbed a terrier plate. I grabbed computers by accident. Okay. Computers. 1, 2, 3. Now let's try it. Alright, so now that we've built the cargo container, that means we can now start building the conveyor system. So, which is what we mostly needed. Now also, we are going to need a connector, which might be something that we need to unlock, isn't it? Connector requires something else to be built. Okay, we built the small cargo container, which allows all the conveyor tubes, which then gives us the connectors. Okay. So we're going to start off with these little guys. That's it. We're going to need a lot of motors and a lot of... Alright. So, production. Motor. Where's just a straight conveyor tube. I'll grab one of those. Stick that interior plates needed to place. Grab 10 of those for now. Actually, we'll grab a bunch. Okay. Put you there, and then the connector. On the end. Which is, you'd need steel plate. Okay. That's alright. So now what we've got is we're starting to get our basic logistics system in for this ship. Essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to have a mining grind drill on one side and possibly a welder on the other side. That way we can double tap with this thing. It can connect to the main ship in the back through here. But we're going to need to figure out a way to... yeah, we're going to need to figure out a way to get the small tubes figured out and all that. Okay, so I'm going to start by finishing off that thing there. We're going to need steel plate. I don't think we need any more of these interiors. I'll grab the small tubes. We might need the large tubes. We'll see. And we'll grab as many of those as we can. Okay, now that we got those done, we can drop these off, put them in here, keep those. We are going to need a lot more of those small steel tubes and a bunch more motors. However, we do have some motors done and some of those are done, so we'll grab those. And we'll finish off this tube here. And we're going to need some more construction components. We need 12 of those and 6 computers. Should be enough to finish this off. Cool. So now what also this allows us to do is now that it allows us to recharge that small battery.
Energy low.
Yeah, we'll go take care of that really quick. Okay, so with that started, we're going to continue building the innards of this. Now, I know I originally built one of these here. We're actually going to take that off and I'm going to replace it with a T-junction. And we're going to put a T-junction on this side as well. Oh, we need a lot more interior plate for this. We'll just fill up on those for now. Okay, that should be enough to at least place everything. There we go. Now, let's see here. We are going to then do a straight, and then let's do curved over the top here. Same on this side. Or actually, no, we're not going to do that. We are then going to angle it. Then bring you here. Now this is in case we want to connect this to an oxygen system, which we might. We'll see how it goes, or at least for future proofing. If not, it actually looks pretty cool if you're keeping that all on the outside. To kind of have a skeletonized ship than rather a built-in ship. Next is we're going to need to figure out how to do the tools. So, we are going to need to load up this. And we're going to have the mining on the right. Well, we might need to move things around a bit. Unable to place drill. So, just to say we can do that there. See if we can mount it here. Which is, you need steel plate. Okay. That's the other thing too. Alright, we'll just grab 20 steel plate. Alright, now. Cool, now we can do it sideways. But not like that. So, what if we bring you down? Oh, wrong one. We need 9, not 6. Angle you there. And I never can figure this out. Okay, put you there, and then we start bringing it straight. Get rid of that cube there. I'll put another here. Delete that, and then that there. Now, theoretically, now we can get out of its way. Boom. And it would be connected. Nice. And we're going to follow the basic design for the other side. Just to keep things symmetrical. And it's for when we get the welder on. That will help out a lot. Now, I'm not prioritizing the welder whatsoever right now, as over the drill. But I also don't like how far it sticks out. We're gonna have to do some design work maybe on that. Or maybe we can rotate it. We'll see. But first, we're just gonna go, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 straights from this point. 2, 3, 4. And we are going to curve out the inset here. We ran out of interior plate. Probably gonna need to build some more of that. Which is going to need a run. But before we do that, we are going to finish this. now we can actually start welding all this interior stuff together. It's actually looking pretty cool. I like it. I am going to remove this because I want to get to that. Don't know if we need that yet. Let's get as much as we can on everything we can. Okay, now motors. We built 20 motors. I don't think we need any more interior plate for now. I'll grab more motors. Actually, we'll do that, and because we're going to need some of these as well. And then put in as many of those as possible. Now, let's work on this. Nice. Now, what if we'll prioritize getting the tool network done first. We're gonna need some more interior plate apparently.
Energy low.
Okay. Get this restacked. Okay, that is on. Okay. Okay, I need a few more motors and a couple more interior plate, and then should be good. We'll grab that interior plate. Down we go. There. Okay, so the tool network is done. However, I am thinking about an air tank. Let's look up to progression then. Air tank. Or is it O2 tank? We don't need a generator. Oxygen tank. It requires an O2 H2 generator first. Okay. Alrighty. So what we'll do is, actually we'll need the O2 generator. And we can build it. We just have to Or just disassemble it afterwards. That is definitely going to require a lot more iron. So let me dump what I don't need into the cockpit network. Actually, I think that's everything that we can do. Okay, let's drop everything else off. And then we're going to start grabbing what we need for the rest of that. Okay, you're good. We're going to probably need, like, I don't know, 4? It's a good start, at least. And we'll grab all the steel plate. Should just have a perpetual order of a couple hundred going at once. Alright, we need one more computer, one more motor, a lot more steel plate. Of course, I just completely forgot what I said, but oh well. Got 2 more computers. Do I have any extra motors? No. We'll just have 30 motors being ordered. Stick that in here. And we're going to go ahead and start mining.
Inventory full.
Alright, grab you.
Inventory full.
Accidentally got some stone in that, unfortunately. Okay, so I mean, that gives us, at least stone gives us a little something these days. Okay, production. Motor will be priority. Thrusters are not right now. Okay, what do we need? We will need some gold and more nickel. Okay, let's actually snag a little gold while we're over here. We'll just do like a quick derp. Okay, we've got some gold, and let's get more iron. Okay, that pretty much filled us up. And this is why we are trying to build this thing. I'm just unfortunately trying to make it a little nicer than I probably need to. Okay, looking back at production. Okay, we got a lot more of those, so we're not going to prioritize any of those right now. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. We did fill up on the hydrogen, so we are going to go back in here, drop off the hydrogen bottle. I'm going to check something really quick. So options, game. I'm going to probably have to go to the main thing because I actually want to turn off the food. We're okay for now, but I want to see if I can turn it off. Because one, I don't think we're going to get any. Alright. Still need about 45 steel plate-ish. And that should be enough wheels for now, to be honest. Let's cancel the rest. And yeah, we just need a lot more iron.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, 2 trips should give us a little bit extra to work with. Not a whole lot, but a little extra. Okay, we still need the gold, but that's for the thruster component. We're gonna need to make a few more trips, I think, to even finish that O2 generator. Alright, that should be enough to finish that off, and then we get to grind it all down. Cool. Oxygen, and then tank. Okay, so this is going to be for you. How big and what are we dealing with? Okay, so we unfortunately are going to have to remove the battery to put that in, which means we're going to have to put on the thrusters, which I have not been thinking about where they're going to go. We're going to drop off everything. Now we're going to get rid of this gyroscope. Okay, we'll put that there. There. Now, what we're going to do is, first I'm going to re-look at how much room we're going to need for this. I think it fits. Well, let's see here. Can we put the battery right there? You need steel plate. Of course we do. Actually fine putting it there. Okay, now we are going to try to do this as gently as possible. Destroyed the power cells. Lovely. Okay, we're gonna need 2 more power cells. Which is going to require iron, isn't it? Yep. Problem is that it's still not actually enough room. Because we're not going to connect the back end to it. We are going to go have it connected right like that. We're going to need large steel tubes, small steel tubes, computers, construction components, steel plate.
Energy low. Kind of wish it was a little smarter about using the mag boots. Okay. No, good bot. I don't need to learn how to move in this game. Eight computers, 5 more steel plate, 4 those. Okay, we're gonna drop you off. I think I said 8 of those. Fully don't remember what else, but I'm gonna grab that. Construction components, it was 4. Okay, 4 of those. And we're gonna grab 2 of those. And we're gonna grab that. And that actually might be all we need. We'll see. Oh. 4 of those just in case. Okay, then. Okay, now theoretically, we can get air through there. We'll come in through the small, up, connect into there to fill, and then from there into there. Theoretically.
I need a lot more motors. Okay. And motors and construction components. Grab you. And we're gonna grab like 10 more of those, and we're just gonna fill up on the construction components, which we are going to build. At least assign building 100 more of those. Going all over the place right there. Need some interior plate. Interior plate. We'll grab like 4 of those. Alright, so that should be the entire logistics system done. It actually looks pretty cool how it is right now. I kind of like it. I really don't actually want to add any other blocks. I just like the sheer industrial ness it has. Alright, cool. Got a nice little screenshot of that. Okay, now what to do? Okay, we're gonna need to figure out tools and thrusters. All right. We'll need some. Yeah, we're gonna need to grab steel plate, thruster components, and all that jazz. So steel plates first. Okay, bare minimum we need. Whoops. We'll do that one in a bit. Okay, we're going to need some side thrusters. No idea where to put them. Okay, so we could probably put one here. Let's put them next to the T's. Ooh, I like the position of doing one there. Because I'm going to try to keep the sleekest, not sleek, but the aesthetics of what kind of looks like. Okay, can we pick that up? Okay. And we'll actually... Okay, then we'll go over here. 2 for front. We got 1 in the back right now. We could probably change that in a bit. Probably can just add it right there. So, 2 front, forward, 2 back. Alright. Now we need... Well, we can do a side there. And a side here. Now, we just need up and down. Or we could do 1 right there. And actually,
energy low.
We're gonna get rid of those. I have a better idea, I think. Instead, let me grab my charging cord for my phone here. Instead of putting it directly on the top, we're going to keep them in like thruster clusters, whatever, something. So instead of having like how it was up there, thinking, we'll do 1 right there. 1 right there. One right there, and 1 down here. Okay, that's enough, I think, that we need. We still need to put the tools on, but okay. I mean, theoretically. What if we just stick it under? Nope, can't. Let's get all these thrusters built. We're gonna need thruster components, which means we're gonna need some more iron, I think.
Inventory full.
Of course, I probably should have dropped off everything first. Alright, let's drop off everything we don't need currently. Don't need that. Don't need you. Drop off you and you. We're going to grab those thruster components. And aren't there more thruster components? Or did they all get destroyed? Well, we'll first still start with getting that one. This one. And now we can got room to grab some more decent amount of iron.
Inventory full.
Okay, a little bit more iron. Guessing this is an iron piece, but we are going to get a bit of gold as well. Okay, got some gold, get a little bit more iron,
Inventory full.
and that should help with finishing off those thruster components. We are going to need to build more, I believe. Like it's going through everything else first besides the thing I wanted to make. Okay, let's actually prioritize. Well, it is doing that. Okay, let's get some more iron.
Inventory full.
Okay, then grabbing those. Anything else being made that we need? Nope. Okay, there we go. Why am I stuck? Okay, that needs that. We'll just drop off things as we go along. I don't know if I've ever talked about it before, but when Space Engineers first came out, me and my brother made this giant. It was big, but not like giant. But a fairly big mining machine, which had multiple drills on it, and it had we used a gravity generator instead of a cargo. It had a cargo thing in it as well, like a small one, but we decided that it was better for just us to use a gravity generator and just completely annihilate an entire asteroid at once, and use the gravity generator to haul everything back, and use one of the collectors, I think it's called, the giant scoops, and the space station had like a 6x6 thing of connectors or collectors, and we would just drop all the material into that. It was glorious. What do we need? We need thruster components. Start with 5 of them. Okay, we got gold to build some of them, but I don't think we have the platinum.
Inventory full.
Let's see, I forget. Does stone give us trace amounts of platinum? It might. I have to double check. Let's do a stone run.
Inventory full.
Because we have 1.6 of that. Alrighty, we're gonna grab that and that. Now, that should complete that one. So we have a front and a back, an up and a down. We're gonna grab just a couple steel plates, just in case. That we can finish some of these. Get that done. Get that one completed. Okay, up, down, forward, back. We need the left and rights done. Now this should... That's the bare minimum we need. We're now going to finish this one so we can get the 2 forward, the 2 back. This one's almost done, so we'll just finish this one off. And we just need one more thruster component for that one. The main thing's not the iron, actually. For once, it's the gold. So let's just go ahead and... get a good chunk of gold there, and...
Inventory.
we'll get some stone, which gives us some trace elements of stuff that we don't have an actual mine for.
Inventory full.
Alright, the only thing this thing probably could use is probably another set of side thrusters. Right there and right there. Maybe not. Let's see. Now, it is tool time. I was thinking about maybe doing it there, but that's going to be in the way. If we can... Now, the reason why I wanted all that... Okay, that is on. You know what? We didn't add something, but... we didn't add the gyroscope, but that's fine for that purposes. Okay, for the gyro, we need 2 motors. Probably interior plate, but we're gonna grab 10 of those. Grab 10 of those, 10 of those, and see where it goes from there. A few more steel plate. 10, 20 steel plate. As I said, I kind of like this little stubby looking thing. Okay. Alright. For now, chat, what we're going to do is I'm going to be right back. I'm going to be back in a Alright, and we are back. So, I just went in and just disabled the hunger mechanic. As I said, I don't think we were, with this being an older style game world, I'm not sure there was planets for us to even get food. So, yeah. But we'll just continue with that now. Alright, so we got this awesome little thing going on now. What I was thinking was seeing if we could actually hook it on the bottom here. And I'll actually get rid of this. So, if we can put this on the bottom. It won't let me. Why won't it let me? Let me do it like that. What if we, just for experimental purposes... Okay, fine, we'll get more steel plate. Kind of ruins the aesthetic of the ship a little bit, but we'll see. No, we just can't have it like that. It has to be side mounted. Okay. Whoop. Fix that. Okay. So that's interesting. It wants to be side mounted like that. We're gonna experiment a little bit more. Yeah, something just came up. Let me be right back in a moment. Alrighty, mini crisis averted. Okay, so let's see, how wide is this? Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we are going to put that there and see if we can mount you here. Which we can't because, okay. It just sticks out a lot when it's right here. I really do not like the look of that. We might have to. And then we add a little that here just to make it look a little better. We need 13 steel plate, 20 construction components. Okay, construction components. 1, 2. Just gonna put 25 in there. And then once again we need steel tubes. Build a few more of those. I know I wanted to put a welder on here, but I think we're not going to be able to do that. Okay, next we are going to small conveyor. Okay, we got the straight, got the curved, and we're not going to need a T, so. We might not even need the straight. Okay, I need some construction money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 construction components and 6 motors. See how those. Well, actually, I'm probably going to need some iron for the last few little large steel tubes. So we'll just pick up some of the stuff that's just floating around. Throw that in. We did have a fair amount laying around, so that was just nice to have then. We just need 2 of those. And that should be it. Nice. Okay, you know what we should have done this entire time? We should have been painting it in the correct color. So these are the air ones. So we'll paint these blue. And then these are material. So we'll do these green.
Energy low.
Go refill up really quick. Alright, and while we're doing that, let's game good bot, good bot, good bot. There we go. I don't need those. We're back to the important stuff, which is painting. I think there's a blue one that we need to do on this side. Okay. So, yeah, just kind of thing sometimes I like to do is I like to color coordinate the conveyor tubes so you know what they're for and all that. So in this case, we know we're starting to do blue for air, green for materials, probably do red for weapons and all that. This is our main color. And I'm not going to be able to get the grays there, but it does accent things, so we'll keep it. Alright, and there we go. That is our mining ship. Except that I've completely forgot to paint these three. There we go. There's our lovely mining ship. It's a tough old dude. Not really, because it has like no armor. But let's give it a whirl. We are going to need to customize its toolbar by putting the drill under toggle block on and off. Tool blocks. There we go. We forgot to put a light on here, but we'll do that in a bit. We're gonna give it a good run, see if everything's working. It works. Nice. We might put another battery on this. Okay, and then we're going to inventory. Pretty full up. Yeah, so we are going to put in some more batteries on this. But I think everything seems to be working as it's supposed to. This is actually the longest I've done for a connector. Oxygen refilled. Okay, so now our control panel, our oxygen tank. And when it can go to the refinery. Yes, again. Okay. Alright. So, we got a mostly working, extremely small range. Shit. No idea how to get the oxygen tank to be completely working, but it's there and it theoretically is working. Theoretically. Okay, that's all connected. And that might be simply because the air supply isn't connected to the connector, most likely. Okay. That is a future problem. Now, so, well, this is the top of the ship, right? Yeah. So, we are going to, so essentially we completed the first major step of what's going to be this series, and that is getting some sort of mining ship up and running. Because if you're just hand mining with the realistic loadouts, it just takes forever. This way we're actually able to stock up on the iron, and that's gonna help out tremendously. And the connector's already built and everything, so no reason to not use it, right? Alright, well, I think we're gonna end it here. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. It's been pretty fun. Always enjoy Space Engineers, and we'll be continuing playing this, and hope you guys will continue to check it out. So take care and have a good one.